How's it, my China? Getting into kind of the cultural mode for the new world that we're going into, possibly Chinese communism coming your way. So you may as well, start adapting or get the old AK-47 as well and hand grenades and start digging my tunnels because I'm not going to take that shit. I don't know about you, but whatever it is, whether that's Antifa Bolsheviks or, you know, communist Chinese themselves. Anyway, what is going on is quite amazing. You'd have to, you couldn't make a movie this bizarre. And the only way I could see to put it into words is like to use that, African American gang term, punked. I mean, the Western world, we've literally just been punked by the globalist, oligarch, billionaire, pedophile. I can't call them elites because there's nothing elite about them. They're inferiors, but they've got power. But we've been punked. The most phenomenal things that have been done that people can't see the overall picture is quite incredible at how well they've done this thing. The psyop that's been unleashed on the entire world, the entire Western white world specifically, of fear-mongering, dread through viruses and riots and all the baiting that's been going on between BLM and the rest of the ordinary folk. I mean, even going to work at the NHS, there's somebody sat there handing out flyers for this BLM take a knee thing. So the entire establishment, or at least most of it, has a communist leaning and is part of this whole thing. But overall, people can't see the wood for the trees. They still can't see it. I mean, nobody's reacting to this thing in the right way. And as I've said before, and I'll say it again, you've got to go and take out these billionaire pedophiles that are orchestrating all of this type of thing and eject them from the face of the planet in one way or another. The psyop that's been used globally, I mean, USA is South Africa, 102. It's South Africa all over again. Those riots, that is South Africa, and that shit is not going to stop. Not since it started in South Africa in 1990s, and it's not stopped since then. And USA has now got the same damn psyop going on. And once they get this going, these oligarchs never let it go. So America must, kind of come to that realization or deal with it properly, and eradicate it once and for all. This kind of thing, it's not good. Have you seen it, what's going on? I mean, what's going on in America is extremely bad. Where we've got it, they're talking about, when's the Civil War going to start? It started. This is it. This is how they like to do it. It's a slow burn thing when they want it to be a slow burn war, but it's full force fight fire with fire when these Bolsheviks, puppet masters, see fit to fight fire with fire and to take ground. I mean, they got huge cities that are now just under siege by these pure scum. I mean, just you can't believe it. All the BLM and the Antifa the Antifa lot is basically a bunch of sexual degenerates. That is what Antifa is actually. That's their primary thing. I bet you ask any of them, there's some kind of degeneracy there or another. But a lot of it is as I said, a psyop. I mean, you walk around the road and you see normal people. You don't see these horrific attacks that they are happening, but it's obviously, it's minuscule. But it's creating the psyop and the fear and the apathy, the lack of will to stick your head out and stand up for the right things. So it's basically South Africa make the USA South Africa again and make Britain South Africa again. And now you know what the immigration was for as well. That's what it was always for. I mean, the people on the right knew that, right from the start. They knew it. But it's all very well knowing something and then not doing something about it for 20 years or 30 years or whatever it is. Well, they're going to have to do something about it. It's coming at them. And this media manipulated psyop as well. You mustn't forget that. That's what this is. It's a media manipulated psyop. From lock yourself indoors to riots. They absolutely punked you. It's so ridiculous that they're sitting there having a laugh. And because they know they can do it. They're doing it and without any response. So one way or another, you got to figure out, do you play this game or do you start getting smart and start going for the top guys? And we know the answer to that. It's just keep playing the game. Because it should have been done 4 years ago already. When votes for Brexit were made, it didn't happen. When votes for Trump were made and they just threw their toys out the cot every corner that he turned, and not one of the things that the people wanted were done by him. Not really. So, yeah, this is where these people have taken this thing. And a huge part of that is because they've been allowed to. And also, if anybody can look at this stuff in all seriousness and not see the level to which they've been punked. I don't like using that word because it's just such a crass kind of, gang sort of rap artist type of thing to say. Your ass been punked. But that's the fact. In the Western world, your ass has been pumped. And you've been pumped out to the third world of the third world nations of the world to just come and get treated better than your own people, to the Chinese so that they can pump in all their crap. And even if it's good stuff, it's not the point. The point is you're supposed to look after your own people in your own nation. And demonizing people with their new 10 commandments of thou shalt not be homophobic, racist, Islamophobic, anti-Semitic, anti-feminist, whatever. There's a new 10 commandments and they supersede the actual 10 commandments. And I'm not joking, they really do. I mean, you can't make it up. The levels of violence that are committed against us in our own countries. And it almost goes like without the media batting an eyelid. But let one of the 10 commandments be broken, the Communist Manifesto be infringed upon, And well, we gotta know all about it. So that's my podcast for today. It's not much, but we got to figure out how to unfuck this situation and basically get back and target the right targets.